Good evening. Tonight we will be discussing Samhain and its place in the Wheel of the Year. Samhain, also called All Hallows Eve, All Souls, or Halloween, takes place on October 31st. It is one of the most important Sabbats in Wicca. It is both the beginning and the end of the witches' calendar, and it is similar to New Year's Eve. The goddess takes on the role of the wise one at Samhain, and so it is a time to practice divination and to seek wisdom. The god leads the wild hunt to collect the souls of the dead. It is the end of the old year, the beginning of the new, and a time when the veil between the worlds is thin. Many Wiccans set aside some time after sunset on October 31st. They perform divination using tarot cards, runes, or another divination tool that they prefer. Black candles are lit, which represent the passing year, and give those celebrating this holiday a time to reflect on the last turn of the wheel of the year. Thanks are given to the goddess and the god for all the blessings of the previous year. White candles are lit to represent the year which has yet to unfold. Celebrants are given the opportunity to think about what they hope to achieve. Then they ask the Lady and the Lord for blessings in these matters. Often divination will be used in an attempt to see the possible future of these hopes and dreams. As a part of the Wheel of the Year, Samhain is the time when the god perishes in Wiccan lore. The goddess mourns him, but knows that she carries his seed within her, and that he will live again soon. There are many traditional symbols associated with Samhain. Some of these include scythes, bones, jack-o'-lanterns, or even dark mirrors. Traditional foods at this time include many types of game, such as pheasant, partridge, and hare. Seafood, such as oysters and scallops, are also common. While these things were wild and therefore inexpensive in the days of old, today they can be a little pricey. Seasonal vegetables are often cheap and widely available, such as Brussels sprouts, cabbage, parsnips, peas, and even winter potatoes. Apples and pears are usually fresh as well. Some feasting suggestions for this holiday include potatoes cooked in their jackets, either plain or stuffed, lightly cooked vegetables, perhaps with cheese or herbs to add variety. Sausages are quite traditional since they were a way of preserving meat through the winter. Spare ribs or pork belly strips are often served with chutney at this time. Pumpkin soup or pumpkin pie, heavily laced with cinnamon and nutmeg, represent this season as well. Baked apples are also popular. And fortune cookies, while not Wiccan in origin, allow a type of uncomplicated divination for those interested in such things. Children are notoriously hard to please when it comes to dinner and feasts. However, there are some foods that can be dressed up to help please the younger crowd and to still fit with the theme of the season. Some of these are zucchini cut lengthwise with zigzags and painted with tomato puree. These can be roasted and used as monster mouths. Mini pizzas can be decorated to make ghastly faces. Black pasta can sometimes be found at this time of year, and this often entertains children. There are many beverages suitable to Samhain that can come right off the shelves. Red wine is great and often used to honor the goddess and the god. Brandy or sugar can be added for a little more flavor. Harvest mead, a rich blend of fruit and honey, is another popular drink at this time of year. For family events, non-alcoholic cocktails are a perfect substitute. Fruit juice and carbonated beverages are also a good idea. If you must, Add food coloring to entertain the little ones. It helps them get into the spirit of things. For those who like sweets that are just a little ghastly, red dye can be added to milk and ice cream, making kind of a vampire's blood drink. There are many ways to celebrate Samhain. There are celebrations, both religious and secular, that are celebrated around the world on this night. For the most part, all of the different celebrations around this time of year reflect some version of the Feast of the Dead. One very contentious subject at this time of year for some Wiccans is trick-or-treating. For those families that choose to participate in this practice, it can be highly entertaining for the little ones. A simpler idea for children and the young at heart is bobbing for apples, either in water or on strings suspended in the doorway. If you like the idea of giving your child candy but don't want to go trick-or-treating, consider organizing a treat hunt by hiding candy and sending children, both large and small, out to look for it. This is also a traditional time for scrying or divination of all kinds, and many different forms of divination are used. Some enjoy the traditional practice of attempting to see the initial of their future partner by peeling an apple in one piece and then throwing the peel over their shoulder to see what shape it lands in. Others prefer to use more traditional tools, such as the tarot. Many Wiccans and Pagans celebrate this season with a powerful ritual. As Sabbats are celebratory in nature, magic is generally not worked within this ritual unless it is an emergency. Fancy dress is an excellent way to get everyone into the spirit of Samhain. Some Wiccans feel most comfortable in their ritual robes, particularly black ritual robes. Costumes are also in keeping with the spirit of Samhain. The particular costumes used do not really matter, though ghoulish and ghastly costumes are a little more traditional. Traditional colors for Samhain include red, orange, and black. These can, of course, be incorporated either into your dress or your celebration or even your food. Samhain is a wonderful time of celebration for Wiccans around the world. It is a time of merriment and of feasting, and a time to remember those who have passed from this life and into the next. Thank you for joining us. Blessed be.